Hey guys, it's me Delta One here with God's Airsofters, bringing you another video today comparing the CYMA to the A&K SVD, which is a comparison that I feel is necessary. This video is brought to you by Airsoft Station, link in description, where you can get all the stuff that is here. You could buy it there. So let's start off with just overall metal quality. The CYMA is superior. It looks better to me. It feels heavier. It's steel. Now, this one is lighter, which is its own benefit into someone who wants a lighter gun. Being more durable, I don't think it will be, because CYMA's got a better reputation, a little more experience in the ball field of making anything AK related. So that is another thing. Now, the cheek pad, this one just doesn't grip your face. This one does. The palmer feels better on the CYMA than the A&K. The bolt sounds better on the CYMA than the A&K. The sights look prettier on the CYMA than the A&K. The attention to detail seems a little bit better on this one. Seems more true to the actual SVD, because they have this little gas knob, whereas that one doesn't. The the gas tube system is tapped in, to where the A&K one is screwed in, which is its own benefits in its own ways. It can be seen as a pro or a con. Magazine wobble. There's a little bit in the CYMA. In the A&K, there's a lot. Now, internally, they're different. They're totally different concepts. And by that, this is a real sword copy, this is a classic Army copy. You can fix this, you can get parts for it easier. This, on the other hand, is a little bit more picky. Now, in terms of shouldering and actually, because I have a real sword SVD, and I'm going to do a separate comparison video for this guy. This feels a little more proper. And what I mean by this is, I'm not necessarily saying this is bad. And I'm not saying this is like, oh, it's so much better. It's just two different things, in my opinion, because the hop-up unit on here feels better than this hop-up unit. This doesn't feel as comfortable as this. This feels blocky. This feels proper. There's a motor in here. There's not a motor in here, which I don't know why that's like that. The palmers look completely different. The finishing on this looks better than this, but it's not bad. That's the thing. That's like, for instance, that's like, this is Lamborghini, this is Ferrari. This looks nice, and it drives nice, and it shows I'm rich and fancy, and my genitals are probably the size of a pebble. This just shows lunacy, because it may not look as pretty, it looks rugged, it looks ugly, but it's like, I've got power. And that's where that comes in. And it's completely different, and it's kind of hard to compare, because, you know, I could see little gaps here and there, whereas Lamborghinis, they're like, oh, let's just go down this line at 400 miles an hour, and then, oh, screw cornering. Who needs to corner when you can go 400 miles an hour? This is elegant. It's nice looking. It feels nice to the touch. This is just lunacy. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's all personal preference. Because, you know, this shows that, hey, I didn't have as much money to spend, but I can still show up and mean business. Whereas this, on the other hand, you may be seen as, I'm rich and fancy, and I must be a German, and I must be absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing. Now, I think this is good, and this is good. But if it was me, personally, I would get the CYMA. And believe me, I love Lamborghinis. And I would love to be the guy that's a, look at that guy, he's a lunatic, he's got a Lamborghini. He must be completely different. But I feel that this is more true to a SVD than this. But this is not bad. But it is not the best. It is upgradable, whereas this is semi-upgradable. This requires more modification. You can take this to an average tech at your store, be like, I want you to do this. Whereas not very many techs at stores are ridiculous and are like, I'm going to do AOE, and I'm going to put like an M550 spring in it, and an absorbethane, and a MOSFET, and brr. This is more simple. And that is a big deal. So I feel that this is simple, this is more complicated and pretty. So that's really the best comparison I can give, because this has full auto, which is crazy, because you don't need that. But at the same time, it serves its own purpose, because you could buy the Real Sword unlocking tool for this, but I don't want to buy a tool to have to do something. I want to be able to do it myself, whereas this is more simplistic. Now, this I would recommend to a less experienced player, more experienced player. That is really the big main key differences here. There's really not much other than that. I know this may seem short, it's kind of seem a little cheesy and whatnot, but this is really the best and most elegant way I can put it. This feels more realistic. This feels airsoft. Realistic airsoft. And by airsoft, I mean you can do whatever you want. This, on the other hand, is a little more kind of crazy, because you could do what you want. This is a little more expensive and harder to upgrade and whatnot. So other than that, I know this video may seem short. I know there's probably going to be some really hardcore enthusiasts from Red Alliance that are going to be like, oh, well, this video just told me the basics. But realistically, guys, I'm shooting right now for this informative video is to be for the people who are not as into the Russian weaponry and who are trying to make an option to buy, do I want this or do I want that? And this is simple, complicated. That's the best way I can look at it. Finishes, this looks more realistic, this doesn't. That's the bottom point of this video. Simple, complicated. So, I hope this does enough justice for you guys. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped somebody purchase on which one they want to decide. And I really do. And guys, Facebook link in the description where you can buy everything. My Facebook is in the link in the description. All my other YouTube channels and whatnot. So guys, hope this video helped out. And I'll see you in the next video. And life is good.